Are we on the cusp of the age of Aquarius, leaving the Piscean era? That is something I've always been fascinated with. And astrologers don't agree, but roughly each age lasts about 2100 to 2200 years. Now, I have notes here because it's kind of a lot of information. The age of Pisces was about faith, religion, hierarchies, sacrifice, following leaders, secrecy, institutions, devotion, emotion and belief, individual saviors, and of course, anything pretty and delusional and like fantasy. What we thought was isn't, and we are now starting to see that and realize that. The age of Aquarius, on the other hand, is about knowledge, spirituality, equality, freedom, independent thinking, transparency, communities, innovation, logic and collaboration, and collective empowerment. I feel like we are on the cusp. Everyone disagrees, but we can agree things are definitely changing now, aren't we? So, the age of Pisces, traditionally associated with the last 2,000 years, the age of Pisces is often symbolized by the fish, the double fish. I'm a Pisces moon, I embody it, as you can see, and I just enjoy it. But at the same time, it is associated with organized religion and faith-based systems, compassion, charity, self-sacrifice, being the victim, mysticism and devotion, institutions and authority figures, following spiritual leaders and the texts, the rise of major world religions, especially Christianity, whose early symbol was the fish. Now, like I had said, next year will be the rise of the cults. It'll be bigger, badder than ever, and we will see the Piscean era go out with a big, lovely, beautiful bang, and it should. And that's why you will see some split between the Aquarian vision and the Piscean vision. You are seeing that now, as you can, for example, see Alex Tarot is doing that, and also others realizing that religion could oftentimes symbolize other meanings and other things than what people traditionally think. So the shadow side of the Piscean era, which, you know, I just love the shadows of things, being the Piscean moon that I am, blind faith, blurry faith. I'm gonna just go with it and let God take the wheel. Which is, you know, okay. Escapism. I love escapism too. I love to be the fantasy girl. I was the it girl, the fantasy girl. I love to create fantasy for my clients. I was the top paid Etsy witch. I know how to make something beautiful and create those amazing magical spells. And victimhood. I was always very much a victim. Now I'm showing people how to get out of their victimhood and step into their power. Secrets and deception. I was never who I really ever was in my past life, of my living life, as in back in the day. But now, I am being who I am. Martyrdom. Yeah, I'm familiar with that too. And a dependency on authority. Oh, we see a lot of that happening now. But when we realize the authority doesn't care about us, maybe we step a little bit into the Aquarian age, the expansive, and the age of innovation. The common themes of the Aquarian is technology, advanced scientific things, AI, humanitarian causes, protection of the human, equality, social reform, community over hierarchy. Yes, we want to build a community. We want to find like-minded people so that we can find and search our own selves. Innovation and invention. Lots of invention happening now. Global communication. That is quite a big deal. Communicating with the world is something we really treasure and enjoy. Freedom, personal freedom, right? Because the Aquarian does not like to be held down. They don't want to be told, no, you can't. No, we don't have borders. We don't end. We continue. The realization of that. Authenticity, individuality, quirkiness, also being who we are. So this shadow side can be emotionally detached. I tune out. I'm in my bubble. What happens to everyone else doesn't affect me. I don't really mind what happens on the other side of the world because it doesn't bother my world. That's the shadow. Rebellion, just because you can be. And over reliance on technology. Technology does everything for me while I sit here and turn into blubber. Being completely obsessed with technology, being addicted to technology is also a theme. Isolation, separation from others, detachment. I don't need anyone. No one vibes with me. I'm an individual and you won't hold me back. Polarization and ideological extremes, very extreme. Aquarian can be very extreme because we're endless. The Aquarian is endless. Goes here, goes there, goes everywhere. I'm going to expand above and beyond so that no one can relate to me. I'm going to talk outside of my head, and I'm going to talk above other people's heads so that I sound really intelligent, because if people don't know what I'm talking about, they're going to assume I'm intelligent and they're not going to be able to relate to anything that I'm saying. Hence, lots of the astrologers on this particular platform, which I won't do. I will always sound dumber than smarter. Trust me. I don't mind doing that. So Aquarius could point to the internet and the connection of people and the way things are being watched, surveilled, expanded, how data is stored. These are signs of the Aquarian era. Artificial intelligence and rapid technological invention, because it's a sign of that. Because it's infinite, it never ends, it never gets tired. It's like the Energizer Bunny. Remember the Energizer Bunny? Boom, 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 boom. We'll never give up on you, but you can rest while it works. Decentralized communities and remote work, as in, I want to work here, you're over there, it's okay, because you know what, we can still talk amongst each others. And greater emphasis on equality, human rights, what's fair. This is kind of what's happening now. We're trying to figure out, like, well, this is wrong, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be worked out. Pluto and Aquarius retrograde saying, pay attention. And increased questioning of institutions and belief systems, questioning derivational search, very, very important, and alternative spirituality alongside traditional religion. What floats your boat will help you work remote. You want to be over there? Cool. I'm over here. You want to be back in the 1950s or the 1800s or 1700s? You explore yourself, because you are infinite. And the Aquarian recognizes that and is like, cool, man, cool. Peace be with you and all is good. In the Pisces era, if you were in the Piscean age, in your own timeline, your own self, it's, what should I believe? And the Aquarian asks, what can we create together to make it better or more fun? Because Pisces is about faith, surrender, compassion. Aquarius about innovation, freedom, and collaboration. And you can see that we are kind of like in one foot in one world and one foot in the other. So all of this stuff going on about who's right and who's wrong will be ultimately seen as just a silly, what's reality, philosopher kind of approach. And I think that will be healthier for us to acknowledge that you can think how you want to think, you can explore what you want to explore, and I'll be interested to listen because I've got my own story to tell. Very cool.